Hey coaches, so I have a little buddy here today, but I wanted to do a quick video for everybody. As some of you know, my 2-year anniversary of actually working the coaching opportunity is coming up in just a few days, and it's really gotten me thinking, kind of reflecting back on the last 2 years about everything that has changed, about my performance in the business, things I could have done better, and just, the things that are starting to happen now after having stuck with it for 2 years, some really exciting stuff. So I just wanted to share a little bit with you guys, kind of my thoughts on everything. As I start to look back, when I joined as a discount coach, and was in it just for the discount for about 3 months. And I had a almost 1-year-old. She turned one, in my little short spell as a discount coach. But yeah, so working the business, I had a 1-year-old. My husband and I own our own business, as a lot of you know. So I went back to that full time about 6 months into the business. I started actually going into the office every day and working there full time. I had been working pretty much full time from home though before that. It was just a little bit, and I had been going into the office too part time. But it was a little bit different dynamic when all of a sudden I was at a different location for 8+ hours a day. Our business this spring, so about 18 months into working the business, we had a massive, huge, ridiculous project. The project actually took about 9 months, but my really intense involvement with it was right at the end of the project. So, that was something that definitely derailed my coaching business a little bit. And then, of course, this little one right here, she is almost 4 months old. So 4 months ago, she came along. My last month of pregnancy was a little bit rough. Nothing too bad, but, it was no bad medical problems, I should say, but it was a little bit rough for me. So I did have a hard time during that. This is just stuff that life comes up, life throws things at you. And I will say, through all of this, I have been pretty consistent with my business. That's one thing that I look back at and I'm pretty proud of. My personal development, I can say for sure that I have done my personal development every single day, at least 10 minutes a day, every single day. And that's something I'm so proud of, that I was able to do that. And looking back at how much it's really changed who I am, and just how much more confident I am. I'm not super shy. I'm not afraid to talk to people. I'm not afraid to make phone calls and stuff like that anymore. And just the relationships it's changed too. I'm so much closer with a lot of people and just not afraid to put myself out there like I used to be. So that has been such an amazing change in my life. Workouts, I've been in Shakeology, I have been pretty consistent with. I do a pretty good job of that. I've had a bit of a rough spell since this little one came along, but I think that's pretty normal. So trying to get back and be more consistent with that again. I can't say I've done my workouts every single day, but I think I've done a pretty good job considering. And then I look at my inviting, my last vital behavior, and that's definitely the one that I could use the most improvement on. Sometimes I would do a really good job, and sometimes I just don't do quite as good of a job. I will say, when I look back through the last 2 years, the times that I have been using a tracking method of some kind to keep myself accountable, I do a whole lot better. So that is something that I am changing going forward, is I am not going to have any excuses. I am going to track everything. That's something I've really learned. And then looking at the different stages of my business over the last 2 years. So obviously when I started, I didn't know what I was doing, as none of us do. I went through training and learned a whole lot. And I saw rank advancement success pretty quickly. I got to emerald in 19 days and I got to diamond in under 90 days, which was awesome. But then came the hard part for me. I was a diamond coach. Did not get to 1 star for about 18 months. And that was okay because you know what? I learned a whole lot about building a team. I went through some really rough spells. I had 1 month where in a single month, I had 9 coaches in my direct downline quit. I had 7 of those were my personally sponsored coaches. And I just saw my team falling apart. But what happened from that is that I went from having a team of almost entirely discount coaches to a team where I started to have some people who were interested in building the business. And not all of them have followed through, but some of them have. And I am now a 1-star diamond. I have been for a few months now, which just seeing the success of other coaches on my team, that really is kind of the magic of this business. I feel like, my success was great. My rank advancements were great, but watching other coaches start to get it, to have the business click for them and really start to reach their goals and get what they want out of this, to be making that income, to be able to do things with their family and achieve their goals is just an amazing feeling. And really for the first time, the last couple months, my diamond coach is almost a 1-star herself. And just going into the back office and seeing that there are a bunch of coaches that have been enrolled onto the team that they aren't my coaches. These are other coaches have brought these people into the business, and that, that kind of building off of each other. And these coaches are taking what I taught them and, what they taught their coach and all of that, the duplicatable systems, and just kind of watching that start to happen is really amazing. Watching this team build, this is something that I've built by myself, in terms of all of these people I brought into the business, either directly or indirectly, but it's not me anymore. I'm not the only one. It's not like my little tiny team of just my personally sponsored coaches. My team is growing and we're all working together, and these coaches, coaches a couple of generations, I guess you could say, down from me, who are now starting to bring in their coaches and have success. And it's just really amazing to watch. And obviously I'm going to keep pushing. I am going to work on recruiting because that is really my weak point. That's my biggest weakness right now. And I just love watching the team build and watching all these other people have success and reach their goals. So just wanted to share that with you guys. A lot of the time I feel like, especially at the beginning, or if people don't see success right away or don't get a team built right away, they don't hit emerald right away, it can be really discouraging. And I'm just so glad that I stuck with it. I stuck with this for the last 2 years, because if I had only given it a year, I never would have been beyond diamond, and I never would have seen this magic start to happen in my team. If I had only given it a couple of months, none of this would have happened. So I really encourage you, don't give up. It can be a little bit slow at the beginning. It can seem like stuff's not happening. You can go through really, really tough times in your business where you feel like everything's falling apart. But if you stick with it, and if you are consistent, and if you are supportive of your team and are leading your team, I guarantee you will start to see amazing things happen, and it will be so, so worth it. So I hope this helps you guys. Have a great day.